In 2001, a new capacity building program called Making Markets Matter took place in Stellenbosch, South Africa. The brainchild of two professors from Cornell University in the USA and Stellenbosch University in South Africa, the goal of the program was to offer a unique capacity building opportunity for African agribusiness SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises.
We met to focus on value-added crops in agriculture. And since then, we knew from the very beginning that we were onto something special, in large part because we knew that agriculture was the engine for economic growth and development in Africa. But what a lot of people don't know as well is that agribusiness is an important part of that engine and it contributes to it. So this program was designed to focus on improving the capacity, the competitiveness, and the performance of agribusiness in African agriculture.
Running a small business anywhere in the world is very challenging. You know, the world favors the Goliaths of the world, and they're often having to compete with the large multinational companies. We believe that to give this small enterprise a fighting chance, they need to be equipped with the best training that they can get in the world. So Making Markets Matter was developed as a way of equipping these small businesses with the skills that they need to be able to manage successful enterprises.
The idea for the collaborative initiative was to offer an intensive, week-long training similar to executive education programs available through business schools across the world, but focus on a group that typical executive education programs do not cater to: the owners and managers or SME agribusinesses. In addition to these key areas, each program includes sessions on complementary topics such as leadership, business communication, and family business.
If we think about all of those hats that you have to wear, in order to manage people well, we've got to, one, be able to be a builder. We've got to be able to figure out how to create value through people in our companies. The second thing is we've got to be an operator. We've got to know how to manage people, right? We've got to know how to manage the daily operations. We know things happen every day that we often say managers have to be firefighters, right? Because something's always happening and you've got to address that. So that's being an operator.
As a development practitioner, I think this is an excellent program. Number one, it's on the African continent. Number two, it's bringing African entrepreneurs, African SMEs, African businesses, African government officials from all over the continent. And I think what that does is brings people together to exchange ideas, to learn about other countries, to learn about different contexts, and take lessons that others have learned in their contexts and apply them into or adapt them for your own context and business.
What started out as an annual program with about 30 participating businesses has grown over the span of 16 years into a well-established annual program with about 80 participating businesses from across the African continent.
But you also have to be an explorer to figure out, like, is this going to work better or should I do this? And then you have to be a resource. You have to be able to be a resource ongoing to people. It's helping them be the best leader. Usually the best leaders aren't the ones who say, I'm the leader and I'm going to stay the leader, but I'm going to help you develop and you become a leader and help you grow.
We start with businesses when they are really getting started up. And in the end, we've seen this business grow to employ hundreds of people. This is the most rewarding part of this job. You know, we often have businesses that are struggling and getting started up, and they come back 10 years later and they're running an enterprise that's employing hundreds of people, is successful, is becoming a multinational. Being part of that success story is something that we feel proud to be a part of Making Markets Matter.
And what is rewarding for us is that for companies to repeat, to send their family, to send their employees. So we see that this training is not only just embedded in one person, but it's being embedded inside companies. And for us, that's been really, really marvelous.